Hello everyone and welcome back to the UiPath for Beginners playlist on KT Sessions. We are thrilled to have you here on this automation journey. In the last video, we explored the UiPath Studio interface and its key panels. If you missed it, go back and watch it to get familiar with the tools you will use. Today, we are diving into creating your very first project in UiPath, a simple process using a message box. In this video, we'll create a new process. We are going to use message box activity. We are going to see some advanced settings or the features of the UiPath Studio. And if you need more information on the UiPath, if you want to read about more on UiPath, you can go to our website and you can check the blogs on UiPath. Here you will get a lot of details on UiPath, and here we have written the blogs in very simple language in form of notes. All right, so let's start by opening UiPath Studio, and on the homepage screen you can see this process under new project. So this will create a blank automation project for us. But before creating a new project, let's understand which all type of projects we have or we can create. As you may know, if you want to create a new project, you need to go to the start. And if you want to open any existing UiPath project, you need to go to this open. And here you can browse your project. And if you already have some project, or if you recently open any project, then you will get the list of recently used or open project here. So you can directly access those from here. As of now, we don't have any project, so it is showing blank. All right, so under new project, you can see four type of projects. First one is process, so it will be a blank project. If you want to start your automation from the scratch, so you can create a blank project. And if you want to create some component that will be reusable, for example, if you are working on an application and in that application you're writing a code to log in into that application or to perform some specific action, and you know that this activity can be useful for any other project as well. Means if you are going to use the same application in any other project, then you can do one thing. You can create a project for a particular activity or action, and then you can use that project in other new projects. So if you want to reuse that piece of code, then you, instead of process, you can create a library. So it will be same as project, but this will be a library, and in your new projects you can import this library or you can use this library. And the third type of project is test automation. As its name suggests, it will be a new test project. So if you want to test, if you are a tester, so you can use this project type. And then we have template. So if you are going to create a template that can use to build automations that have a set of predefined common characteristics, so you can use this template. Okay, and we have some built-in templates already. You can select the any you can use these type of templates as per your requirements. For example, if you want to do if you want to add chart to your PowerPoint presentation, then you can directly select this template. No need to create the code again. You can directly use this built-in template. In today's video, we are going to create a new or a fresh project. So I'll click on process, and here we need to provide the name of the process. Let's call it a message box demo, and a description like my first UiPath project. And here we have some advanced option. So here you can select the location where you want to save the project. As of now, we are saving our project on our local drive. Okay, so I have created this folder for UiPath on my desktop, on my documents folder, in my documents folder. Okay, so you can change the path or you can browse the path from here as well. And here you can see compatibility. So here you can select the a framework compatible with the operating system of your execution environment. For example, we are working on Windows, so I've selected the Windows. And if you want to run your project on any other operating system, you can select cross platform. And then language, you can if you are going to use some piece of programming in your project, then you can select the language with which you are comfortable. By default, means mostly the VB is the mostly used language in the UiPath. Now click on create. You have just created your first project, and this process is like a blank canvas where you will build your automation. So whenever we create our project, so it will create one main main file for us. It will be a XAML file. You can see all the files of your project in this project panel. Here you can see this main.xaml and this project.json. And also if you go to the folder where you have created this project, so you can click on this file explorer and it will open the location of your project. So it has created this project message box demo under UiPath folder on my documents folder. And here you can see all the files and folders whichever are the part of this project. So by default, UiPath has created these many folders and files, and you can see this main.xaml and this project.json. As in other programming languages, we have main function, main method, and in other RPA tools, we have something main task board or main process or main board. Similarly, we have this main.xaml in the UiPath. Okay. And as I told in the previous video, this is the workspace for our workflow. So it is like a blank paper or a blank page where we need to write our automation. And for writing our automation, we have to use the activities, variables, other type of data like constant, arguments, all those things. In the activity panel, we will search for message box and we will drag and drop this message box activity to our designer panel. And also if you want to add any activity, you can also click on this plus icon as well. As soon as you click on it, it will give you this type of search bar. Here you can search for the activity. For example, I want to search for message box, so I can search message box and I can use this. I can drag drop this, or I can just click on it. It will add another message box. So we have successfully added one activity on our designer panel. And now if we want to modify any property of our message box, okay, so for example in this we have this text property. So for this we can go to this properties panel, and here we can see lot of properties. In addition to this text, we can see display name, automatically close after, buttons, captions, private, topmost, chosen button. Okay. In the message box properties, I'll type the message which I want to display in this text. Let me expand this, and here I will print, write the message, hello world. Okay, I'll click on save. You can customize this message to say anything, whatever you want. And that's it. Our first activity is ready. Let's test it by running the automation. Okay. So we have successfully created our first process or project. Now now to run our process, I'll click on the run button on the ribbon. So I'll go to the ribbon, and here when I click on this drop down of debug file, I can see this run file button. I'll click on it, or I can press the shortcut which is Control plus F6. So now we'll see a pop-up message displaying the text which we enter. Here we go. Congratulations, you have just built and executed your first automation. It is simple yet powerful. From here, you can expand your automation skills step by step. Okay, I'll click on OK, and our first process is completed successfully. Similarly, you can add activities, whatever you want to add, and you can execute your workspace or this process. And when we click on this, when we select this this message box, we can see the properties, and you can customize the properties. For example, now we when we ran the process, we got this message box, and once we click on OK, then this message box was closed. But what I want to do is I want to close it automatically. So here I can add the time. It's after how many seconds or after how many minutes I want to close this. So here you can see one property automatically close after. So here you can add the time. For example, I want to add after 5 seconds. So it will close the message box after 5 seconds. And here you can select the buttons, whatever buttons you want to display in your message box. So here you can select this drop down and you can select the message buttons. For example, I need yes and no buttons. Yes, no, cancel. So I will select this, and caption, it will be the title of the message box. So here you can input the, so you can customize all the properties of the activity. And one more miscellaneous property we have topmost. If we select this, so it will always brings the message box to the foreground. So I just need to click on this checkbox. So here it is showing true. Okay. And if, for example, now our message box will have three buttons, yes, no, and cancel. And I want to capture which button my means once we close the message box by clicking on yes, no, or cancel button. So we want to capture means which button the user has pressed to close the message box. So we can get that detail also in this chosen button property. So here we need to select the variable, and let me run the process again. See, now we are getting three buttons, yes, no, and cancel, and it will close after 5 seconds. So it has closed after 5 seconds. Okay, so let me be, remove this time so that it will not close automatically, and let me run the file again. Again, we are getting three buttons, and the title is my message box, and the body of the pop-up is contains this displaying this message, which is hello world. Okay, so if I click on no, okay, so this is how we can create our first project. We can use any activity, then we can modify the properties of the activity, and we can run our process. This is very simple process to create a project. So this is how we can create our first project, and congratulations as you have created your first project. And I'll request you guys to create your project by yourself in your UiPath community edition. And in next video we are going to cover the components of the UiPath. This UiPath studio is just a small piece of the UiPath. It is not the whole UiPath. This is just a small part of the UiPath. So there are a lot of components of the UiPath which we are going to cover in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And drop a comment below with your questions or suggestions for future videos. See you in the next one. Happy automating.